Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the deep blue to uncover the 7 kinds of fish you should never eat. You think you know seafood, yeah? You think you've got it all figured out? Well, let me tell you, some fish are best left swimming in the bloody ocean. Stay tuned to find out why. We're about to deep dive into a culinary nightmare, exposing the truth behind these fishy frauds. You'll be thanking me later. Right, first on the chopping block is bluefin tuna. This majestic creature, once abundant in our oceans, is now teetering on the brink of extinction. It's a tragedy unfolding right before our eyes. This fish, my friends, is an endangered disaster. The bluefin tuna is not just another fish. It's a symbol of our reckless exploitation of marine resources. You want to talk about overfishing? This is your poster child. Overfishing has decimated their populations, and it's not just a problem for the fish, it's a problem for the entire marine ecosystem. They're practically fished to oblivion. The once thriving populations have been reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. It's a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions. And for what? A fancy sushi roll? The demand for bluefin tuna in high-end sushi restaurants has driven this species to the edge. It's a luxury that comes at a tremendous cost. A piece of overpriced sashimi, people are willing to pay exorbitant prices for a taste of this endangered fish, without considering the long-term impact on the species and the environment. It's criminal, I tell you. Environmentalists and marine biologists have been sounding the alarm for years, but their warnings often fall on deaf ears. The mercury levels in these fish are through the roof. Consuming bluefin tuna isn't just bad for the species, it's bad for you too. High mercury levels can lead to serious health issues. You're basically poisoning yourself with every bite. The health risks associated with consuming high mercury fish are well documented, yet the demand persists. You want brain damage with your dinner? Be my guest. The neurotoxic effects of mercury can lead to cognitive impairments and other serious health problems. We need to let these fish repopulate, for God's sake. Marine sanctuaries and conservation efforts are crucial to giving bluefin tuna a fighting chance at recovery. Stop the demand, stop the overfishing, and let's give these magnificent creatures a fighting chance. Public awareness and consumer choices can drive change. This isn't just about your taste buds, you donkey, it's about making responsible choices that ensure the health of our oceans for future generations. It's about the bloody planet. The health of our oceans is directly linked to the health of our planet. A thriving marine ecosystem supports biodiversity and helps regulate the climate. There are plenty of other fish in the sea, so why are we hell-bent on driving this one to extinction? Sustainable seafood options are available, and we need to make better choices. Wake up and smell the overfished coffee, people. The signs are all around us, and it's time to take action before it's too late. Bluefin tuna is off the menu. It's time to make a stand and say no to the exploitation of endangered species. Together, we can make a difference and ensure a future where bluefin tuna can thrive once again. Next up, we've got swordfish. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? This sleek, powerful predator of the ocean is often considered a delicacy, a true prize for seafood lovers. Its firm, meaty texture and rich flavor make it a favorite in many gourmet dishes. But before you get too excited, there's something you need to know. Like something a bloody pirate would eat. Imagine a swashbuckling rogue feasting on a hearty swordfish steak after a long day of plundering. It sounds adventurous and exotic, right? But hold your horses, because this tale takes a dark turn. Well, let me tell you, this fish is a one-way ticket to Mercury City. That's right, swordfish are notorious for their high mercury content. This isn't just a minor issue, it's a serious health concern. Mercury is a heavy metal that can wreak havoc on your body. We're talking off-the-charts levels of this nasty heavy metal. Studies have shown that swordfish can contain mercury levels far exceeding the safe limits set by health authorities. Consuming too much of this toxic element can lead to severe health problems. One bite and you'll be seeing stars, and not the good kind. Mercury poisoning can cause a range of symptoms, from dizziness and headaches to more severe neurological issues. It's not something to be taken lightly. Mercury poisoning is no joke, you lot. It's a serious condition that requires medical attention. Symptoms can include tremors, memory problems, and even damage to your nervous system. Long-term exposure can lead to even more severe health issues. It can cause serious health problems, especially in pregnant women and young children. For expectant mothers, mercury can cross the placenta and affect the developing fetus, leading to developmental delays and other complications. Young children are also particularly vulnerable to the toxic effects of mercury. So unless you fancy a side of neurological damage with your dinner, I suggest you steer clear of this oceanic nightmare. The risks far outweigh the benefits when it comes to swordfish. There are plenty of other delicious and safer options out there. There are plenty of other fish that won't turn your brain into mush. Fish like salmon, tilapia, and cod are much lower in mercury and can be enjoyed without the same level of concern. These options provide the same great taste and nutritional benefits without the added risk. Choose wisely, for crying out loud. When you're at the market or dining out, take a moment to consider the mercury content of the fish you're about to eat. Your health is worth the extra effort. Swordfish is dead to me. It's just not worth the risk. With so many other delicious and safer options available, there's no reason to gamble with your health. So next time you're craving seafood, remember to make a smart choice and leave the swordfish off your plate. Orange Ruffy. Sounds innocent enough, doesn't it? Well, don't let the name fool you. This fish is a prime example of everything that's wrong with the fishing industry. They live for a bloody long time, these fish, which means they're particularly vulnerable to overfishing. We're hauling them out of the ocean faster than they can reproduce. It's unsustainable, it's irresponsible, and it's downright ridiculous. We need to give these fish a break, let their populations recover. Otherwise, we'll be telling our grandchildren stories about the good old days when you could still get a bloody orange Ruffy. Get a grip and choose something else. Farmed salmon, the darling of the supermarket shelves. But don't be fooled by its pretty pink flesh. This fish is swimming in a chemical cocktail that would make your hair stand on end. Antibiotics, pesticides, you name it, they're pumped full of it. It's enough to make you want to turn vegetarian. And don't even get me started on the living conditions. These poor fish are crammed into overcrowded pens, swimming in their own filth. It's enough to put you off salmon for life. If you're looking for a healthy and sustainable seafood option, farmed salmon is not it. Do yourself a favor and find a different fish to fancy. King mackerel. Sounds regal, doesn't it? This fish, often found in the warm waters of the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico, is a popular catch among anglers and a common sight in seafood markets. Its sleek silver body and impressive size make it a prize trophy for many. But before you get too excited about this oceanic royalty, there's something you should know. Fit for a king, you might think. Well, think again. Despite its majestic name and appearance, the king mackerel harbors a dark secret. Beneath its shiny scales lies a potential health hazard that could turn your royal feast into a nightmare. This fish is more likely to give you a royal case of food poisoning than anything else. The symptoms can range from mild discomfort to severe gastrointestinal distress. Imagine sitting down to enjoy a delicious meal, only to find yourself doubled over in pain a few hours later. Not exactly the royal treatment you were expecting, right? King mackerel is notorious for being riddled with parasites. Worms, tapeworms, and other unsavory critters can often be found lurking within its flesh. These parasites are not just a minor inconvenience, they can pose serious health risks if ingested. Cooking the fish thoroughly can kill most of these parasites, but even then, the thought of what you're consuming can be quite off-putting. You name it, this fish has got it. From anisakis, a type of roundworm that can cause severe abdominal pain and vomiting, to Diphyllobothrium, a tapeworm that can grow up to 30 feet long inside your intestines. The list of potential parasites is long and alarming. It's enough to make even the most adventurous eater think twice. And let me tell you, you don't want to know what happens when those little critters make their way into your gut. It's not pretty. The symptoms can be severe and may require medical intervention to resolve. In some cases, the parasites can even cause long-term health issues if not treated promptly. So unless you're looking for a free colonoscopy, I suggest you give this fish a wide berth. The risks simply outweigh the rewards when it comes to king mackerel. There are plenty of other delicious and safer options available that won't leave you regretting your meal choice. I suggest you give this fish a wide berth. There are many other types of fish that are not only safer to eat but also just as tasty. From salmon to cod, the ocean is full of delicious alternatives that won't leave you feeling queasy. There are plenty of other fish in the sea that won't make you regret your next meal. So next time you're at the market or out fishing, think twice before picking up that king mackerel. Your stomach will thank you. Chilean Sea Bass. It's become a trendy fish, hasn't it? All the rage in fancy restaurants? Well, let me tell you, this fish is overrated and endangered. They're being fished to the brink of extinction, and for what? So some pretentious foodie can brag about their latest catch? It's madness. We need to let these fish recover, for God's sake. Stop ordering it, stop eating it, and let the Chilean sea bass live to see another day. There are plenty of other fish that won't leave a bad taste in your mouth. Eel. This slimy, snake-like creature is a delicacy in some parts of the world. Well, let me tell you, eating eel is about as ethical as wearing a fur coat made from endangered pandas. These creatures are often caught using unsustainable methods that damage the environment. Plus, they're often kept in horrific conditions before they end up on your plate. It's a culinary nightmare, and frankly, it's just plain wrong. Do yourself a favor and choose a fish that doesn't come with a side of guilt and environmental destruction. So, there you have it. 7 fish you should never eat. Next time you're at the fish counter, remember what you've learned. Make responsible choices, support sustainable fishing practices, and for God's sake, choose a fish that won't send you running to the toilet. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more informative content. See you next time.